Namaste. My name is Kirti, and on behalf of Himalayan Yoga Association, I welcome you all to this online teacher training course. I am a teacher here at Himalayan Yoga Association, and I will be taking you through the concepts and details of the human body and yoga altogether. Let's hope you enjoy this course. Let's start.
Namaste and welcome back to the online yoga teacher training course. In the previous session, we discussed the various movements possible in case of the human body. Now, all of those movements, they were synovial in nature. What are the synovial joints? What are the different types of joints available in the human body is what we are going to discuss in this session. But before we do that, let's go ahead and chant the Gayatri Mantra. Adopt the mudra, chin mudra as you are in the meditative posture. Close your eyes. Bring your awareness and attention to the inner part of your body, something which you do not see every day. Move your gaze to your third eye or to the tip of your nose, whichever you're more comfortable with. And while you're comfortable, steady and stable, allow yourself to take deep inhalations and complete exhalations. There is no rush. Spend these few moments comfortably with yourself. This is the most personal time you can spend with yourself. Appreciate these moments and observe your own self. Observe your own breath. Most importantly, observe the effect it leaves on your mind. As soon as you feel that you've gathered yourself completely to the present moment, bring your hands to your chest, Namaskara Sthiti. Touch the heart center with the back of your thumbs. And if you know the mantra, you can chant it with me. Otherwise, you can always repeat it afterwards. Slowly breathe in once. Now with me. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. Having absorbed the vibration of the mantra, let's start rubbing our palms. Cover your eyes with your palms. Now gently massage your face, the back of your neck, and anywhere else you wish to transfer this energy to. Please keep your eyes closed. Do not expose them to light straight away. Bring your hands back to your chest. Bow down to your fingertips with a few blinks. Open your eyes and welcome back. So, in the previous session, we discussed the various movements. In today's session, we will try to understand what all body parts are capable of doing those different movements. So, if you'll observe what I've made on the board here, you'll see that there are three different body parts right here. One is the hip joint as it is. The other one is the rib cage, and the first one is the head or the skull, the cranium bone of the human body. The cranium bone of the human body is the ideal example of all the fibrous joints in the human body, all the fibrous joints, because the cranium bone is actually the only location where we have the fibrous or the fixed joint. Fixed joint, and I hope you are able to understand the meaning of fixed joint. Fixed joint is basically a set of joint where different bones are coming together, but they do not form any sort of movement. These different bones, they're fused with each other, but they do not offer any movement at all. The only purpose that they solve is, in case of the head or in case of the skull, is protection of the internal organ, that is the brain. different fusions. These fuses, these joints where these bones come together are called as sutures, and these joints, they do not offer any sort of movement to the human body at all. The next type of joint is cartilaginous joint. Now this joint, this cartilaginous joint gets its name from the cartilage that connects the bones to the other bones. If you are aware of the properties of cartilage, then you would also understand that cartilage is a connective tissue which is quite flexible in nature, but it is not voluntary in nature, which means that you cannot voluntarily move the cartilage as you want. It obviously needs some sort of motivation, it needs some sort of push or pull for it to function. But the beauty of cartilage is that it always rolls back, or it always comes back to its natural position, natural state, whenever it's stress-free on its own. Here you'll see that the sternum, which is the bone in the center of the rib cage connecting all the ribs, has cartilage coming out of all of these bones. As soon as you expand, or as soon as you open your chest, the cartilage expands, and also it gives a sense of feeling that the rib cage is expanding. What I'm trying to say is, simply take your hands and put them by the side of your chest. Sit straight as you are. Put your hands by the side of your chest onto your rib cage. Now do not just put your hands, I want you to feel the expansion in the rib cage as it is. So place your hands completely with all of the fingertips on your rib cage. Now as you are, observe the size of the rib cage and slowly take a deep inhalation. And hold your breath. If you're able to observe the expansion in the rib cage, keep your fingers there, keep your hands as they are, and very slowly as you exhale, observe how the rib cage comes back to its natural state or collapses into its comfortable zone. This is only possible because of the cartilage attachment to the rib cage. Obviously, like I said, it needs some sort of motivation. In case of the rib cage, the motivation remains the lungs. Anytime the lungs, they breathe in, they expand in size like a balloon, and because the rib cage is completely covering the lungs, they automatically grow bigger in size, and because that's why we keep saying that the human body is a genius work of art. कहाँ से हुआ? It is काट पूरा नहीं पूरा नहीं था हैं it is because हाँ ठीक है सही है So, and that's why we say that the human body is a genius work of art, because of these very, very minor but very noticeable differences, which are very functional in nature, which make our lives possible and easier as well. I do not know what would life have been like if at all the rib cage was a completely freely movable joint, but I'm pretty sure I can live with the cartilage joint as it is. I can live with the cartilage connected to the rib cage as it is. The other location where the cartilaginous joint is present in the human body or in other animals as well is the human spine. The vertebral column has different small bones which are very irregular shaped in nature, but they're all connected to each other with the help of ligaments, tendons, and cartilage. If you observe to what extent can you work with the human spine, then you'll see that these different bones, they work with each other without, if there is a problem in one certain joint, then it will automatically limit the possibility of movement possible with the human spine. They all work together, and it is all about gliding in either direction. That's all the movements the human body is capable of, but it does it good because of the flexible and the potential that the cartilage offers to us as a connective tissue. The third type of joint is the synovial joint. Now, the synovial joint is the joint that comes to our mind anytime we think about joints in the human body. The other name for the synovial joints is the freely movable joints. which automatically tells you that the difference between, even though cartilaginous joints, they're movable in nature, but like I said, they need some external push for it to function. And at the same time, the cartilaginous joint, they're not in complete control of the mind as well. On the other hand, the synovial joints or the freely movable joints are the joints which are capable of doing all the movements that we discussed yesterday. Extension, flexion, hyperextension, adduction, abduction, all of these movements, all of them are possible with the synovial joints present in the human body. The synovial joint is the most abundant joint present in the human body. It's available in various locations, your elbows, your shoulders, your wrists, your fingers, your knees. You think about any movement that you need to do to interact with the outside world. All of that is only possible because of the synovial joint. 3 types of joints in the human body: fibrous, cartilaginous, and synovial joint. Non-movable joints, semi-movable joints, and freely movable joints. What is the synovial joint is what we are going to discuss in the upcoming video. Until then, I hope you found this video very informative. I hope you learned something new today. Until then, I'll see you again. I hope you found this video very informative. I'll see you again next time. Until then, thank you and namaste.